Actually, funny story. I got scammed by a scalper.
Really?
Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah, yes, I have.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, I did.
Yes, in the spring.
Hello, welcome back. It's taken a long... I don't even know where we are at this point.
I didn't even know,
that
we ended the game.
That
We
huge
ended our last
explosion happened.
Well, I remember that, but
That's all I
I don't remember anything past that. Because I tend to black out during these recordings.
Yeah.
All I know is that we're trying to find Aerith. That's the main
Oh, that's right,
goal
because the World Wide Web organization of the KGB kidnapped her or something.
Yeah, well, she went with them. They didn't even kidnap her.
That's right.
She just went with them. She was like, all right, let's roll.
He's like, okay, great, I'll buy a PS5 for $1,000.
She's
My
outlet
little
for a
brother really wants
PS5.
one.
No, scalpers are everywhere, Aerith. Actually, funny story. I got scammed by a scalper.
Really?
Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah, fuck yes, I have.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, I did.
Damn, what happened?
So it was actually a couple weeks ago. It's because I had this unrealistic expectation to get. Can we turn this down a little bit? It's blaring in my fucking ears.
For a second? It's just really loud.
I had this unrealistic expectation to get a PS5 by my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I realized soon after everything that it wasn't going to happen. And so I was looking on different third-party markets, those apps and Facebook Marketplace and all those different, all that shit. And they had good deals, they had different things and whatever.
Yeah.
And of course there were the PS5s were $800, $900 and $1,000. One was going for $2,500. I'm just like, no one's gonna buy that shit.
No.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah, so the point I'm gonna get to is I'm out $10,000. No, it wasn't that bad. And honestly, I got my money back, so it's fine. Sorry I spoiled the story, but... So, I mean, here's the biggest thing is y'all are gonna be like, oh, he's such a moron. I'm like, yes, I am a moron because, I didn't catch the red flags. I didn't notice anything, but I got scammed. Anyway, I go on this third-party website. I forgot what it's called because I immediately deleted the app afterwards. Right. And I saw a PS5 available for $480.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, okay, totally, I'll get this because it's they'll probably want tax or whatever and buy through the market. Mm-hmm. And
I found out it was a PS1.
Yeah. And I immediately messaged the guy. I'm like, oh, is this still available and stuff? He says, yeah, but I'm not accepting through the app. I'm only accepting through PayPal or Venmo or anything like that.
Right.
And I didn't realize that was an immediate red flag. Or he said Cash App. That's what it was. He said Cash App. That was a huge red flag to me.
Yeah.
And it was very broken English too. And that was another thing that I should have noticed immediately too. Just
He's I accept only IOUs.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. I gave him benefit of the doubt with the broken English because I'm just look, maybe he's from just a different part of the country. Maybe
and the want for the PS5 is gonna overshadow.
Well, yeah, and the problem is too. I'm people text stupid all the time. They're not gonna text perfect fucking English sentence diagram.
Yeah. Commas and fucking
the Oxford comma and fucking colon semicolons
the
and shit.
Oxford comma.
Yeah, I was like,
you can either use PayPal, Venmo, comma, or
Cash
my
App.
Fucking asshole. And I saw no red flags in that sentence.
I know. I saw an Oxford comma.
Yeah, I saw an Oxford comma.
And an or. So I was like, oh, perfect.
Oh
yeah. So I gave him benefit
Conjunction, junction, what's your goddamn function?
Yeah, so I gave him benefit of the doubt regarding that. I'm messaging this guy back and forth, making sure he's talking about like, oh, do you want me to call you to see like get Cash App set up and stuff? And so I was like, oh, you know, like I'm fine, like whatever, I'll figure it out and shit. And again, little did I know he was deleting the conversation as we were going along.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, so I knew immediately after that. I was like, oh, this isn't good. Like,
yeah.
I mean, this was after the fact.
Oh right.
But yeah. So anyway, I go along and I, instead of like Cash App, because I tried to go through Cash App, and I was like, okay, here's the money, and immediately they declined my card. My bank immediately declines my card. They're just like, oh, looks like that you're trying to purchase something for way too much here, buddy. For safety, we've declined that card. And I told them, like, look, I think that it's declined my card, so, like, I can't call. And this was another red flag that I should have, like, paid attention to, and I totally didn't recognize until, like, after the fact. But he was just like, oh, just call your bank, because it was, like, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm like, I have to call you back in the morning. Like, I mean, that's why I said, I was like, I'll have to text you back in the morning. You know, he's like, okay, yeah, whatever, like, whatever. But then he was, like, very, very persistent on, like, no, have you called your bank? Have you called your bank? I'm like, I fucking can't call my fucking bank because it's 11 o'clock at night.
Some fucking Indian programmer.
I know, it just... This is the biggest, like, fuck me story ever, and you're just like, God, how did you not see the 90 red flags right in front of you?
Yeah. You didn't lose any money, though, right? Or did you get
so what ended up happening was, I was like, I don't have Cash App, Cash App's not working, I have to go through Venmo. So I went through Venmo, I gave him the money, and then he just refused to respond.
Yeah.
And after I gave him the money, that's when I realized, and was just like, oh shit, I think I've been scammed. And so I asked for the money back, and everything was deleted. And another red flag that was oblivious to me is I'm just like, he was using like different white people names. Because like on his account, it said Anthony. Like Anthony, no last name, it was just Anthony.
Right.
But on like Venmo and Cash App and all this stuff, it said James.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, So I give him benefit of the doubt because I was just like, oh, maybe James is like his middle name.
Yeah.
But no, James is a fucking white person name that he just came up with, just typed in whitepeople.com and just
he typed in friends of Mark a goddamn dice.
and just
and he was like, no, there's two friends.
It's like friends of the Republican Party.edu.
Yeah,
and then
it was Anthony and James.
Yes, exactly. And so
fuck, dude.
Yeah, so I was scammed out of $400 odd some dollars.
You can get it back.
So I ended up calling my bank because having worked at a bank during the pandemic for like even like I worked there for like a month.
Right.
But working there, it gave me enough knowledge to know, and I was telling my girlfriend this, and that was the hardest conversation to have with her. I'm just like, hey babe, so I'm out $400, and she was actually she was a champ. She took it really cool, and she was just like, okay,
yeah, we're broken up now, but yeah, she took it really well.
But she was like, I really is like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you. I'm just like, I'm surprised that you didn't notice those red flags. I'm just like, I gave him benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And she's like, you don't do that. And it's like, she was
especially
like,
online.
Yeah, and she's like, and the price was way too good to be true. There's no way that fucking guy would sell you a PS5 for $400. Like, there's no fucking way.
Especially if it's through Venmo. Like, if I was doing it through Venmo and I had a PS5, I'd be like, look, man, somebody else is gonna buy it for $600.
Exactly.
Unless you want to pay it for more, you know, like if I was
and then much down the line, I actually, you know, I was talking to my girlfriend. Like, there's a guy who's says name your price, and I said $525. Like, and this was like a legitimate guy, like living in Utah. Right. And I said $525, and I think he ended up like making the top price like $1,200, and then he slowly started lowering that down until I think somebody finally took it for like $820 or something. And so I knew that like $525, like no one wants to sell the PS5 secondhand for $525. Like I was stupid to think that, and I was like, again, I was crazy in the head because I was very high on that energy of, oh, I'm gonna get a PS5. I'm gonna get a PS5. I'm gonna get it now. I'm gonna, you know, but that never happened. And so I ended up calling my bank the next day, like the next morning. and filing for a card dispute, and basically like, look, this asshole stole my money through. Luckily, I didn't give him like any of my information. I didn't give him any of like the card information, so I didn't need to like go. My card information is.
Yeah, if you're curious, this is the information I didn't give out. My name is this.
Yeah, but I didn't. Number. Well, that was the nice thing is, I was smart enough to realize. I mean, because obviously they teach you this shit in school. Right. I didn't give out my email address for them to like send me shit. I didn't give them like my actual phone number. I didn't give them like any of that shit. So like it was perfectly fine in that regard. I didn't give him an actual card number because I knew that that's probably what he would have wanted, because that's better than $400 because now you're spending my goddamn money.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
well, yeah, because then you have to cancel your card with the hassle.
So I call the bank and I tell them, look, card dispute, I need... Oh, Canon died. Mm-hmm. That's death number 1 in this session.
Yes. First episode.
Yep.
Don't recognize any boss fights in front of me, but that's okay.
Uh-huh.
I will not backseat game.
Yeah, you guys haven't been paying attention to the moments I've been turned into a fucking frog.
No, I noticed you turned into a fucking frog, but...
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. That shit's fucking annoying, because I can't do jack shit as a frog.
Just run away.
It lasts forever.
Then just fucking run away.
Yeah. I can't run away as the frog.
You got long legs.
Well, he's slow. I can't.
So anyway, I call them, tell them about the card dispute, and I'm glad that my bank actually understood, and like they're very, very considerate. Right. And it's probably been a situation that has happened 1,000 times, and so they're just like, okay, great.
Right.
And so
it was through Venmo, right? Like
it was through Venmo, and the thing is, because the guy was trying to hide his tracks, he deleted the Venmo account, but like I took as many screenshots as I possibly could of the conversation that I could get, and And so what ended up happening was they're like, okay, well, you're out $400, like 400 odd some dollar, I can't remember. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a credit for $400, like however much money that you lost. And if we end up getting that money back from the vendor, if we end up tracking his ass down somehow, then we will give that $400 back into your account. We'll take the $400 that we gave you out. So. Yeah, so I just have thanks bank, but yeah, I ended up not losing any money, and it ended up being a good thing. But like,
wow, yeah,
I was incredibly lucky in that regard. But yeah, I was scammed.
Jesus, it sucks, dude.
Because I was really hoping, because I was so naive to think that I was gonna get a PS5 by my birthday.
Well, you just can't buy shit like that from something like that. Like, as much as it's like, oh, but somebody maybe would and could, because yeah, it can happen, but it's so fucking like that. Oh, like right off the bat, I wouldn't even like. If I saw the deal, I would go.
Well, now even looking, because I occasionally like go through Facebook Marketplace, like I look at it to see who's selling a PS5.
Yeah.
A lot of those dudes, man, they seem so fake. Especially since like they had just opened their Facebook account. Yeah. Like that month. Mm-hmm. Like in the month of November when the PS5 came out. And you're just like,
yeah. That's just one of those things that you gotta like. Sucks that it's the way it is, but a lot of this shit's not on the market right now.
I know, and honestly, I feel like the pandemic kind of screwed everything up regarding the PS5 sales because, like, especially with Black Friday, because I know that they wanted to sell a lot of PS5s during Black Friday, but they obviously couldn't sell them in stores because they wanted to prevent germs or some shit, and so they just didn't, and so if you go to any Target or Walmart, it's not even there.
No.
And they're just like, oh, it's all online, but then you go online and it's like, sells out. Like, for instance, my girlfriend and I, we did try, on 2 separate occasions, to try to purchase the PS5 legitimately over Walmart. Like, online on Walmart. But they don't have, like, Tier 2 verification. And so, You hook some bots up to that shit,
Yeah.
and it sold out in literally 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Like as soon as it was 7 p.m. Boop, it was gone.
Yeah.
And we tried to click and we tried to like add it to
it's
cart,
like-
add it to cart, and it's just like, oh, this item's fucking sold out.
Yeah, it's signing up for goddamn classes at our fucking junior high school. Or,
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's-
And he was like, no, I wanted art class.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, I almost got into the good teacher. Now I have to be with the rapist. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
to be with this fucking health teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's how it is. You know, it's just. Well, and Kane's in the same situation right now where he's trying to get a GPU, and those are also. I mean, because it's not just PS5. There's just a ton of fucking tech shit that's just out right now.
I know. Yeah,
No
COVID
good-
has messed everything up.
Yeah, there's no good GPUs right now. There's no. I mean, there are good ones. There's not the new shit that everyone wants. Right?
Is that what you're trying to do, Kaden?
Yeah, I'm trying to build a PC right now. Fuck yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I would try to.
Fuck yes, I'm trying to build a PC. Fuck yes.
Fuck yes, that's all I want.
Yeah. Oh fuck! It's my fucking PC. Yeah. No, I'm trying to build a PC right now.
From scratch.
Yeah, because I'm trying.
Dumbass.
I'm trying to find the quartz, guys. I don't know where quartz can be found.
I have to find 600 pounds of pure silicon.
Yeah, he doesn't stand a fucking chance.
Oh my god, that'd be. Kane, yeah.
But yeah,
we'll
I'm
see.
trying to build my PC right now. I'm actually probably gonna buy the parts soon because I had Connor look at my.
He's had people holding his hand throughout the whole thing. It's been.
Well, I mean, because we're the setup that we
But it's
have.
been
We,
neat,
we have
yeah.
a we have a PC that's been built, right?
Yeah, it's good once.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, it was good in 2009.
I hope Connor watches this.
Well, it was funny because the one he built for Caden was like, it was just slightly better in all accounts, and I was just like, Connor, you're never gonna hear the end of that. If you build that for him,
He's forever gonna say mine is
yeah,
1
he's
inch
always
longer.
gonna be like,
Mine
yeah,
is
my
1
PC's
inch longer.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Connor, I have the budget. Make mine just one steer above that.
But that means
So
we
then
can-
you're just like, yeah, 6, 7, 10.
10, bitch. Thick cock. No, but I'm not even building mine now because I want the 380. I'm getting that beautiful 380. The RTX 380. That's a.
I don't even know what that
It's
is.
a GPU. It's the best one, but that's the one that's out right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
Is
best.
it a PC or is it a laptop?
PC. It's a
Oh,
PC.
PC. It's a piece that goes into a PC. So the GPU is it's the graphics, right? It's the graphics processing unit.
Right.
So that's the unit that you need to make a gaming PC.
Uh-huh.
Right. That's why laptops can run great, but they're ass at gaming, just because they don't have a GPU, which GPUs are just
They're
these
massive.
massive fucking things.
Mhm.
Right. That's why this is giant, because it has this fucking chunky brick in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day but that's the sad thing about GPUs is it's not easy to make them. It is not like a CPU, which can be literally this big,
Right.
you know, and
like
run like
microscopic.
fucking mass. Yeah, like an i9 CPU is still only like as big as a fucking inch square.
That was the biggest risk when I was, because here's the thing, I have a computer, I have a PC that's like pretty high tech, but it's like, it's a store bought. It's not like it's not like made specifically for
build
like
it,
data.
yeah.
It's
It's a pre-build.
Yeah, a pre-build. That's what it's called. Yeah, I have a pre-built one that I know it's only going to be good for like 2-3 years. But the thing is, like, at that point, I hope it like pays itself off because I'm using it. I don't use it for like gaming because I'm not a PC gamer.
Right.
I play PS4, Switch games, and hopefully when the PS5 is in my jerked off little hands.
Yeah, right in between my sweaty thighs.
Yeah, then maybe a PS5.
Get
but
an Xbox Series X.
oh yeah, perfect. I'll get that fucking brick. That fucking Wi-Fi brick of a shit console.
They looked pretty. I don't know. Okay, what's your opinion? I never even paid that much attention to the console wars ever. But it seemed
this
like
generation.
Yeah, it seemed
This
like
generation right now, it's looking like PS5 is.
yeah.
The thing with the PS5 that is revolutionary, because here's the biggest thing. Donkey, do you know Donkey? Donkey is this like video game. Like he does like all things video game. He reviews games, but he's like super funny on that stuff.
Right.
He did his review on the PS5, and he was talking about basically joking that like. Yeah, oh man, the leap from PS1 to PS2, revolutionary. I loved the shit out of those games. I blew my mind. I cannot believe that those were realistic looking graphics. Then we jumped from the PS2 to the PS3, and I was like minorly disappointed. And then we go from PS3 to PS4, and I'm even more disappointed. Guess what? What are the top selling games for the PS4 right now? Yeah, these ones. And half of them can run on PS3. And so he's basically just talking about like the generational gap, like the generational leap to leap is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh yeah, well that's any tech, right?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking iPhone 9 and then the iPhone 10. Actually, I don't even know if
It's
9.
12. It's 12 now.
Well, I mean like 10 to 12. Who fucking notices?
No. And the thing is, they're pumping those shits out every fucking year.
Yeah, well that's the most stupid thing about the whole. They had the tech to make iPhone 10 7 fucking years ago.
Oh no, but they hold it back.
Like, yeah,
they
like,
hold it back.
You want to
I
wait?
mean, that's the biggest thing is that they just milk it for as long as they can. That's why consoles are so interesting.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I give Nintendo credit where credit is due. Like, at least they're innovative with their consoles.
Yeah, like
because
the Switch, despite being obviously like
weaker.
Yeah, but they did it for a reason, and I appreciate the reason because
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
for
take
sure.
the Switch.
I can't take
any-
my fucking PS4 and play it
No.
on a plane.
Yeah, because any vacation I go on, I'm like, hell yeah, I have the open world of Breath of the Wild the entire vacation. Anytime I'm bored or in the car ride, right? Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate the Switch's,
The mobility of it, like the
Yeah.
functionality of the
Yeah.
Switch, like
It's worth it, at
that's
least.
always been like where Nintendo does well in functionality, they do shit in practicality and like
and
all the
things.
other shit.
Like online, fucking.
What are you doing?
What kid?
Fucking. I don't know where to go.
Oh.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Oh.
Should we pause the episode?
Yeah, should we pause the episode and I'll
the episode
tell
is-
you while you play Last of Us 2 and just tell you where the fuck to...
Oh,
or are you gonna let me goddamn play the game?
No, I can figure it out.
Alright.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure?
Not okay. 100%
I
is a bit
am one Google search away from a walkthrough.
strong. Fine.
And I'm on Pornhub.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine? Well, I'm on Pornhub.
I got turned up a bit in a fight and fuck me, goddamn.
I
See,
think
no,
that-
dude, as soon as you save or as soon as you heal, I feel like they're just gonna get respawned.
No,
I do
they
think
don't.
that is a better. I do think that's a better sub goal or for either YouTube or like if we hit 100K or something crazy or 1,000. I think one of the things needs to be we make Caden watch the cornflakes video.
What? I don't agree to that. I'll
Oh,
watch
the
anything
corn-
else.
the
I don't wanna
cornflakes
watch
with, like-
that video.
Like
Yeah.
it's the gaping asshole of like
Oh yeah.
Oh my
we
God.
make, or maybe we get Gabe or something and we fucking.
Oh yeah, no,
We asked
Gabe
him.
would be down. Gabe
He,
would be
I mean,
down.
he probably's already seen it.
It was one who filmed it.
Yeah, Gabe's the one who filmed it. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to see him again.
No, but kind of
But-
going back to consoles, like the PS4 can barely fit into. Like I have a PS4 Slim. Like there was a bigger version of the PS4.
Right.
Mine.
Like the PS4 can barely fit into my backpack. Let alone the PS5, which I hear is like 4 feet tall. It's not that tall.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's fucking huge. It's probably as tall as this monitor that we're playing this game on.
yeah.
Like it's massive. But like it just amazes me because yeah, again, the main thing with the PS5 versus the Xbox Series S from X that I've heard
Yeah.
is the controller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if
The
you ask,
controller is dope from what I hear,
yeah.
and the just the loading speeds, the loading time of everything.
That's what. Yeah. All I saw was Moist Critical's videos on it.
Yeah.
On the reviews of both, and yeah, if you ask me, I mean, honestly, I would. Well, I think it's always more reasonable to buy PlayStation over a fucking Xbox just because.
Well, the games.
Yeah, the games and like.
That's the biggest problem. Is that right now what the Xbox is? It's a $500 system to play the new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, to me, Xbox is like, oh, you don't want to build a gaming PC, you can get this if you don't want to build a gaming PC. And for me, I'm like, I'd much rather just build a gaming PC if I was gonna. Right,
Exactly.
like if I get a gaming PC, like I think it's in everyone's best interest to get the fucking Xbox Pass. But that's just because you can play all of these other games for much cheaper if you're gonna play.
But like with the PS5, you can. The reason why I want a PS5 is because not only will I have access to all of my PS4 games, except for Joe's Diner, I will.
I think I know who wins the console wars now.
Yeah. Sadly.
That's unfortunately.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
You know what you can't play Joe's Diner on? The Xbox One.
Yeah.
The original Xbox.
But that's the thing, is I can play all my PS4 games, and then some with the PS5, and then on top of that, the PS5 are going to have incredible games.
Yeah.
And you can't really say the same thing about the Xbox, because the Xbox doesn't really have any game. They've never really had any games. I mean, like, the main game... Like, Kane, you might know more information about this, but, like, didn't they... Halo Infinite or something. Didn't that take, like, 10 years to make? And it's, like, one of the most...
out yet, right?
Well, it's, like, one of the most
Took a while.
expensive games ever made. Like, the most expensive game ever made, and it's just dog shit, right? It looks, like, incomplete.
So I haven't played it, right? I've always been a PlayStation player. From what I've heard, it's not great.
Really?
It's just not great. I haven't heard like absolute like shit personally from it.
But,
I
I mean-
I also haven't gone out of my way to look at it. So
But
you
no,
could
but
be
the
right.
but the problem is, like, when I think about it that way, is the fact that you spend so much time and effort making a game, putting literally millions of dollars into building a game, and it comes out horseshit. Like, how do you do that? Like, better games are made for less.
Oh, yeah.
And how do you spend that much money doing that?
Well, the worst part is when it comes to
I could program
Xbox.
Pajama Sam.
What?
Jesus Christ.
It would be a fucking Pajama Sand remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd pay big money for that.
Yeah, I mean... Fuck Steam, fuck Steam.
Fuck Steam.
Yes.
Fuck Steam,
Yeah, fuck
but
Steam.
yes.
The biggest problem is that, like, even if Halo was a great game, say Halo Infinite was a great best first-person shooter of all time type deal, like, they just nailed it. That's it, though.
Right.
There's really only Halo is the big
definitive Xbox
Yeah, it's like,
game.
oh shit, it's Halo. But, like, I personally don't even see why it would be that much better than, like, just one Call of Duty games, which are in anything.
Right.
Right? Or any other fucking first-person shooter that has cool shit.
Yeah.
Not that they're all the same, but, like, what's Halo bringing that makes you go, I have to have that one. I have to fucking buy the Xbox.
It was that for a while. That's why that's why I still think like the Xbox 360 is the closest that's been in the console. I might argue the Xbox 360 won the console. Not
maybe.
Xbox, not
Oh,
Xbox
shit.
360.
Hot take.
I mean, maybe. I mean, the PS3 was one of the highest selling consoles of all time. No, PS4 is one of the highest selling consoles.
I mean, they
Well,
all
I mean, PS2,
They all
PS3, and PS4. I think PS3 was like actually the least well performing out of PS2,
I think the
PS3,
highest selling.
and PS4.
I think the highest selling Xbox
This is the
system
ugliest.
is
Yeah.
360.
is still behind all the PlayStation systems.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
But-
all the PlayStations have sold exceptionally well.
My argument would not even be off of sales. It's more just like the more iconic thing was MW2, Xbox Live lobbies. You know, and maybe that's more for the multiplayer scene, which makes sense. But like,
Right.
Xbox is a revolutionary console when it comes to like, multiplayer, and that's the.
But
most-
I mean, that's nothing else, though.
But that's it. No, but that's. the
I mean,
thing.
and I know that they're trying right now to also put in like, oh, like it can be your fucking DVR and shit. You can record America's Got Talent and jerk off in the same living room.
Yay.
Like, god damn it. But like, I don't
They
think
be
there's
playing
anything.
Joe's fucking.
Yeah, you can play Joe's
Diner.
fucking Diner and
then-
watch the Eagles
Yeah.
score a hot one over the fucking Giants. Like,
Yeah, and then watch fucking America's Test Kitchen and bust a fucking nut right before you.
America's Test. My dad watches that show religiously.
I love it. I seen one fucking episode of that shit, and I lost my goddamn. We were watching Guy Fieri right before you go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's better than porn if you ask me.
I know. It's like you're just multitasking.
Yeah. Joe's Diner in between that and I fucking love the PS1.
Oh god. Yeah, but like I don't know. I mean, it's ultimately up to preference. I never understood the people who like got so mad at just like, oh god, I'm a fucking PlayStation dude. Or
Oh yeah.
I never understood those people.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, pointing at Kate.
Yeah.
I religiously go out and find Xbox fanboys and be like, wow, it's so cool to look at just fucking stupid people. You know, like in the wild, it's crazy.
Wow,
You have to tell-
I've never had so many ugly people in the same room.
Yeah, I've never seen so low IQ in one room.
Kane's
That's
interaction
actually
with
crazy.
the biggest Xbox fan I've ever met was the funniest shit ever.
Can we talk about that next time?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
probably
maybe.
say that
Yeah.
for
Oh,
next
yeah,
time.
definitely.
Okay, well, next
was
time
that?
on Buhdder Chicken, we'll talk about that beautiful interaction that I've never heard anything about.
Yeah, it was. I'll say this: it's the equivalent of the. It's like an Xbox flat earther. If you ask me.
Yeah.
He was a denier of truth as I knew about the Xbox, and I don't know shit about Xbox or PS or PlayStation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.
see you guys.
Hugs and kisses, holding hands when nights are long. And in the fall.